Hi guys, and Merry Christmas. If you guys don't celebrate, well, Happy Holidays. And today I'm gonna be touching up on a few family members that are actually missing out of Laredo, Texas. One can only imagine when you lose a pet or your pet runs away. Or I'm not comparing people with animals, but what you feel inside. Can you imagine now a family member, a loved one, come up missing, and for what? That's my question. For what reason? And you might say it's for one reason, but I don't see it that way before the fact that the criteria doesn't fall right. There was no actual ransom asked for these individuals. So let's get going with the first one. This happened back a few back in the summer, so but the FBI still put it out again back in December, and the FBI, the San Antonio Division, Laredo Resident Agency Office is seeking information from the public on three missing women. Prior to the disappearance, the three women were last seen crossing into Nuevo Laredo at approximately 3 p.m., so right around good time to cross, on March 3rd, 2021. And they crossed in a 2014 Toyota Corolla, so it's low profile. It's not a big old fancy luxury car, okay? The actual, I believe the driver, Blasa Guadalupe Palomo, 38, business owner who resided in Laredo, Texas. And they give her description down, and she's 5'3", 200 pounds. And she was last seen wearing in a typical, nothing fancy, regular t-shirt, athletic tennis shoes. Her daughter, 18-year-old Plaza, her nickname is Lupita. She's 5'3" and 150 pounds. And it gives a regular clothing description. And another individual by the name of Erica, 38-year-old woman, and she too, 5'5", 250 pounds. And as they were actually going um, down to Mexico to visit the eye doctor for the 18-year-old. Oh, by the way, the 18-year-old takes daily medications for numerous medical reasons and does not have her medications on her. And the friend Erica Perla Perla Ercia, a new mother with a 3 to 4 week old baby at home in the care of her elderly mother. And Perla also looked after her grandmother. She just left the baby with her for a few hours, though so she thought, right? There were no indications any of the women did not plan to return back to the U.S. Although the whereabouts of the three women are unknown at the time, it is believed that they are still in Mexico and may be victims of kidnapping. Perla has two additional elementary age children, as does 38-year-old Plaza. So they left entire families on the U.S. side. For what reason? What did they have to gain to kidnap these individuals? Just pay attention to the details I said. What actual gain do they have by taking these individuals? Now, this next one, it's the FBI, same office. Uh, they're seeking information on missing Laredo mom and her two children. Prior to the disappearance, June 13, 2021, the family was visiting with relatives in Sabinas, Hidalgo, Nuevo León, approximately 84 miles south of Laredo, Texas. The family departed around 3:40 p.m. Same time frame, in a yellow 2014 Chevrolet Sonic. See, not again, no fancy vehicles, not fancy. They were destined for Laredo, Texas. Investigators believe they likely went missing on the Monterrey Nuevo Laredo Highway at kilometer 100 by Vallecillo. The mother, Gladys Cristina Perez Sanchez, the 39-year-old employee of a school district, and it gives her description 5 foot, 150 pounds. And they give her her description of what she was wearing, nothing fancy. Her 16-year-old son, Juan Carlos Gonzalez, they give a description of him too. He's 5'8", 180 pounds. And he was just regular t-shirt and jeans, right? Now, Perez Sanchez, her daughter, 9-year-old, Michelle Cristina Duran, Just regular description. She's 4'10" with 130 pounds. She was last wearing regular t-shirt, regular, comfortable clothes, nothing fancy, nothing that caused any kind of actual attraction, nothing elegant. And then it says there were no indications that the family did not plan to return to their home in Laredo. The mom's health could be at risk if she does not have access to medication she requires on a daily basis. Although the whereabouts of Sancho Perez and her children are unknown at this time, investigators they believe they could possibly be in Parce, Nuevo León. Again, no fancy car. The age gap on this family, it doesn't make sense for you to traffic them, to sex traffic them. They don't. None of these actual individuals that I named actually fit the criteria for actually human sex trafficking. Their vehicles were not worth a lot compared to their lives. If you're gonna you're gonna part it out for what? For a few $100s, if that. It just doesn't make sense. And I can only imagine what these families are actually going through right now. And I mean, what the outcome is, and it's just sad all the way around. Hopefully, it's a good news, but I seriously doubt it. Now, on a actual on a lighter note, of this past on Friday, 17th of December, a 4-year-old boy was outside playing with his dog when he wandered off from his family home on the Tonoho Oldham Nation near Sells, Arizona. The family noticed around 10 a.m. and after unsuccessful efforts to locate him, reported the child missing to law enforcement. So they only waited an hour and 45 minutes. Mm, that's 45 minutes too long. They should have reported within the hour, you know, or even sooner. Who cares if they find them fast? That's what you want. You want them to find them fast. Call right away. You get enough boots on the ground. You might be able to actually intercept this child within walking distance. So now the tribal police, and then Custom and Border Protection, the U.S. Border Patrol Search, Trauma, and Rescue Borstar, and the FBI pooled their resources, initiated a plan, and got to work in the search for the child. Time was of the essence as the boy could quickly succumb to hypothermia based on the time of the year and weather conditions. There was also an added danger of the boy falling victim to wildlife, as the Sonora Desert is known to have javelina, coyotes, and mountain lions. Now, javelina, they're actually, you can associate them more with like a hog family. They usually just eat vegetation, but if they with no effort, if they come across a carcass, they will devour it, but they will not actually seek uh, prey. Just mostly cactus and just uh, regular plants, but they do not require a lot of actual water. If they come across it, they will actually, of course, drink out of the water, but they don't require it as a method of actually survival. So they could pretty much hide behind a rock during hot season, behind a thick brush to keep their actually body off the actual off the sun, and they can actually survive quite a bit. And despite relentless searches by air and by foot throughout the night into the next day, officers and agents still could not locate him. Hope returned on December 18th, just after 12 p.m., when a helicopter from the CPP Air and Marine Operations spotted a boy wandering for them. Spotted the boy waving for them. He was just 200 yards ahead of the officers on the ground. Borstar agents on the ground were able to provide basic first aid and blankets, and the boy was taken to the hospital for evaluation. After surviving a cold night in the desert, the boy was deemed healthy and placed back with his family. During the search, it was discovered that the boy had walked in large circles and was found approximately 5.5 miles from his home. But he actually walked an estimated of 12 to 15 miles throughout the 24-hour period. The dog appeared to be with him for the most of the time, and he had returned to the house shortly after 4 a.m. on Saturday. So that means that that dog kept them warm. That dog kept them protected. And that dog was out. He knew they were lost. He went home and gave them some kind of hope, when the dog got home, and it was just a good team effort, a good outcome, and a happy one for the family. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.